Hey everybody, welcome back to the Hit or Die podcast with your hosts Jake Saldati and Chad Rothford. Big time guest today, Stanford Cardinal, two-way player. I mean, football, baseball, but now transitioned to baseball only. Was all everything in high school. I mean,
football and baseball.
Football and baseball. He played for a U.S. national football team back in high school. Played area code, did it all pretty much. And then was All American standout at Stanford this year and helped lead them to the College World Series. Brock Jones. Brock, thanks for joining the show.
Thank you for having me.
Raked in 2021.
Raked.
Slashed 311, 453, 626, 18 home runs, 62 RBIs, which was a team high. Stole 14 bases, scored 56 runs. And I saw something else. You reached base safely in every game but 5, all while sporting a 3.73 GPA. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Academic All American. How difficult was that, be honest?
It's tough. It's interesting though, because they say the hardest part about Stanford is getting in, and I totally believe that. I think the hardest part is just getting in. Once you get there, it's all about just managing your time, and the teachers do a great job, professors, whatever it is. They do a great job of making sure you're getting your stuff done, you're passing the class, because if you don't pass the class, it looks bad on Stanford's reputation for letting you in the school. So, they do a lot of things to help you out, and we have study hall, we have tutors and all these things. So I mean, it's not too crazy. I mean, it's definitely still a little bit hard. Classes are tough here and there. But I mean, like I said, you have older guys on the team helping you out. And just managing your time on and off the field is pretty much the biggest thing.
How was it with football?
That one was a little harder. During football, it was a lot harder because football, you had, 5:30 wake up, 6 a.m. lift. You had meetings in the morning, straight to class, straight after class, back to the facility for more meetings. So that schedule is a little bit different. So it was a lot harder then. So I'm thankful I'm just doing baseball now. It just gives me a little more time to, I don't got to go watch film and study a playbook and stuff like that. I just get to show up and do my thing. So definitely a lot easier just doing baseball.
How much baseball did you do during football season that first year?
I didn't even touch a bat. So that was kind of our agreement, was when I'm in football, I'm not doing anything baseball. When I'm in baseball, I'm not doing anything football. So it definitely made my transition a little bit slower because when I showed up after football season, I think we had like 5 or 6 weeks until season started, and I was like, okay, I haven't picked up a bat since senior year of high school. Like, this is going to be brutal. So I think we jumped right into inter squads and stuff like that. I'm like, dude, I can't even hit a ball off a tee right now. Like, this is not going to be good. And I think I went like 0 for 12 with like nine punchies in the first few inter squads. I was like, dude, this is tough. And then one of our guys, Alex Williams, tried to quick pitch me, so I couldn't even think, and I just hit it, and I ended up hitting a homer. I was like, okay, now I'm good. I can go now.
Yeah, it kind of calmed you down a little bit.
Yeah, so then I started to hit a little bit better and then made my way into the starting lineup. So
I know Esker probably put you on the short machine. I know you guys do that drill there where it's like 95 to 100 from like 25 feet away.
Yeah.
And just get your bat going. I do want to say this. You weren't on base 5 of the games, 56. 14 stolen bases. We need to fucking get that shit up a little bit.
We're getting that up. I'm trying to work with Esky on the green light, and we were doing we were doing some vault steel. We were trying some new steel technique stuff this year. So I was talking to Enrique Bradfield from Vandy, who had 50 whatever
something
he had.
Like that. Yeah, some stupid.
So I was
number.
talking to him. I'm like, dude, like, how the hell do you steal so many bases? I'm like,
green light, man.
Yeah, I'm like, he's like, honestly, I just go. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go next year. So we're gonna see how it goes. We're gonna go from there, but we're definitely gonna
as long as you're safe, Esky won't say anything.
Exactly. If I'm safe, green light's open. But if I get out, then he's gonna be pissed.
Yeah, we need you to be a 2020 guy next year.
Oh, easy. I'm easy. I should be in the 20s.
It's possible. Hey.
We need you to be a 2020. All right.
I'm gonna be in the 20s for sure next year. I'm not worried.
I'm sure he wants to be even more though. More than that.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Why not?
I mean, might as well try and beat Enrique. No shot, but I'll try.
We'll get to Omaha a little bit, but even there, you guys played in 3 games, 2 home runs, 8 ribs. I think you hit like 430 or something like that. How was that?
It was unreal. Like there's days I still go through my my phone and I just look at videos and go through pictures and stuff, and it was one in a lifetime experience. Like I've never been to the stadium before that, so other guys were like, dude, it's so sick, because like they went to games and stuff in the past, and I'm like, yeah, it's probably pretty cool, like it's Omaha, like it's gonna be fun or whatever. And we showed up, I was like, dude, this is nuts.
It's a whole nother animal.
Yeah, I was like, this is nuts. So it was awesome.
The red carpet treatment.
Oh yeah,
it is though, and the people are nuts. The atmosphere is cool. It's not hostile. It's not like the Dodgers game last night. Where
It's not like being at Texas Tech in the Supers.
oh yeah,
Yeah, well, yeah.
yeah, that's different.
With a monster 3 home run, 6 ribbies.
Yeah,
You basically put them away by yourself. But we've talked about that Texas Tech is another like shitty environment. Like
They're
oh yeah,
bad.
brutal.
Bad.
Who is the most shit talking like place or team you've been around in last year?
I'd say Tech. Tech was
Really?
probably. I mean, it was tough for them to kind of try and get in our heads because we absolutely just kicked the shit out of them. So it was kind of tough.
own those guys.
Yeah, it was kind of tough for them to do much. But I'd say them. I'd say Tennessee. My freshman year, they talked a lot. Like I mean, that was like my freshman year. I was like still trying to figure stuff out, and they were just eating me up. I'm like, dude, how do these kids know everything about my life? Like, what is going on?
Dude,
it's crazy.
They kind of got a little bit of their own medicine though.
I'm so happy about that.
We're on the same page with that. Okay, good. I do that whole walk-off thing pissed me off.
Oh yeah, he was just Gilbert.
Yeah, you were on.
He was on my USA team.
So how was that?
So I played with him in a Future Stars deal in Arizona before, and we like kind of got along. We kind of butted heads a little bit, and then we
same
played
position, same kind
yeah,
of
exactly.
Right,
And then we played Tennessee. This is where I'm getting
sizing them up.
Tennessee. So we played them in Round Rock my freshman year, and he's a two-way guy, so he used to pitch, and he threw, and I think he got me to pop up to the catcher twice, and so he was in my.
So he didn't forget that either.
Oh no! So then we get to USA, and we're like, we're cooler now. Got to hang out with him and get to know him a little bit better, but. I saw that home run video. I was like, dude, I hate this kid. I was like, I hate this kid. I hate Tennessee, all this stuff. So, but we cleared it all up, so we're good now.
Well, speaking of Round Rock, you guys are going back next year to Round Rock. I just saw.
Yeah,
that's cool, man. You and I think Arkansas is going to be there.
Arkansas,
Louisiana,
and Indiana.
That's right.
So yeah, that'll be fun.
Sick, dude. That's the Tennessee kind of whatever. Like at the World Series, can you even hear the other team if they are barking at you? I know there's been moments last year. John Boy put out the dude from was it Louisville?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
when they played Bandy. Yeah, he's telling
yeah.
Bandy F you or whatever. But can you even hear the other team in that environment?
Not really. Maybe at our games, just because we don't travel as well as some of the other fan bases do, like Mississippi State and Vandy and all them. But no, it was pretty loud. We even talked about that. Even when we were back at Stanford, we're going to have to over-communicate and do the most hand motions, all that kind of stuff, just for positioning and stuff like that. So we tried to really over-communicate just to kind of eliminate the crowd a little bit.
Now, so at Stanford, you don't have anybody sitting behind you. I know UCLA, most of the Pac-12 schools don't have fans in the outfield. So what was that like? People yelling at you or saying shit to you?
Oh, no, that was awesome. I really enjoy. I mean, I'm a pretty social, out there kind of guy, so I was all in for it. I mean, I'd strike out and they'd be chirping me, and then I'd hit a home run, and then we're best friends. It was like I was like,
what do you gotta say now?
Yeah, I was like, it was awesome, man. I loved every bit of it.
Yeah,
so
that's cool, dude. No, it's super fun atmosphere. I keep telling them we gotta go. It's got a trip we gotta make. I made it in 2014 when Fergie was there at Vanderbilt, so that was fun, man. It's definitely worth it. Anybody out there, definitely put that on your list of trips to go. The other thing was you guys played NC State first game. And I think by the end of the week, was it? All the shit went down where they were testing positive.
Yeah, so
they played with 13 players that last game.
That was Friday, but I think it was the following week.
I'm pretty sure it was the following week.
Right, it was the following week. So, but I mean, even at that, was there concerns for even you guys because you did play them?
I mean, it was weird because it was different just because none of our guys really got tested from what I know, because a lot of our guys were vaccinated. So we didn't get tested one time when we were there. I can't really speak for other teams or the guys that weren't vaxxed because I don't know if they did get tested or not.
But did you guys do that on your own?
Yeah, so we talked about, because we knew we were going to probably make an Omaha run and we didn't want to run into any hiccups and stuff. So most of our guys got tested pretty early, as soon as we were allowed to, just because we didn't want we got shut down from COVID once. We were like, that sucked. We started to hit a decline. We're like, okay, if we're gonna make Omaha run, we need to be good. We all need to be here. So, I mean, I guess we kind of made like a team decision. I mean, it's required now this next year to even be on campus, so we have to get it at this point. But
the vaccination.
Yeah. But yeah, so it was weird because we didn't get tested, so I was curious as to why NC State was being tested. And I mean, I was even Coach Avent was just my head coach at USA. He was one of our coaches, so I got to talk to him about it, and he's obviously crushed, devastated because he's probably one of the biggest baseball guys I've ever, like one of the nicest guys ever. And he was like, I went home and I was crushed. I didn't know what to do. Like I just sat there. So he even came late to USA just because he was still trying to kind of soak it all in and stuff like that. But they had like a little fan thing when they got back to the stadium, which was cool. So they had like a full stadium for them and stuff like that.
I mean, I know you guys are focused on what you're doing there especially, but I mean, that point, there wasn't a lot of stuff going on in the world, and that was like a huge topic
you have
of conversation.
You have a full stadium.
Yeah, with
don't
nobody,
even know if anybody's got COVID in the stadium.
right?
Like,
They're not
you know
being
what I mean?
tested either.
It just seemed like a crazy
And so, like,
situation.
how now, right? It's August. How, looking back, like, how do you feel about what the NCAA did or how they handled that? Because to us as outsiders, it looked like a really odd situation.
So we were when we were leaving, we were our team was talking about it just because we all thought that there was a pretty quick decision to get NC State just out of there. So we started talking about the whole politics of it and how Vanderbilt brings in a bunch of money into the sport of baseball and stream wise and ticket sales and all that kind of stuff. And we were like, okay, NC State probably lacks in that category. So we were talking about that and just how NCAA was definitely down on money this year because COVID. So that's kind of what we were talking about. We were like, maybe that's a possibility. If it was Vanderbilt, would they have done the same thing? So, I mean, we were kind of just throwing ideas back and forth, and I'm not really trying to
start a conspiracy.
Yeah, so we don't know, but
it makes sense.
It definitely it just felt weird. So.
Everybody's asking questions because none of it really made you allowed them to play with 13 guys.
Yeah.
The day before you bounced them out.
Yeah.
So why didn't you let them play? They had fewer cases test Saturday.
Yeah.
So they would have had more players that could have played, and you still bounced them out at 2 a.m. I don't know, I just thought it was a stupid deal.
Yeah, it was interesting. I mean,
I know that
probably can't say too much about it.
No, I know. And I just kind of get your
Well, I mean, for a team that doesn't get there
that's what
often.
Exactly.
Well, it's never won.
Yeah.
I think that was like one of their second trip there.
Yeah, and then you're just going to do that to a team that potentially could be in the final.
Oh, I think
I think they would have been too, because didn't Vandy have to beat them twice?
Yes.
So, I mean.
Yeah, they hadn't lost a game yet.
That just sucks.
And I know I saw on their deal, I think the coach said that the national champions.
when they were back at their
State
field, yeah.
I mean, and like you said before, earlier in the podcast or another podcast, nobody beat them.
Yeah.
They didn't lose 2 games.
Yeah.
They never really technically were eliminated.
Well, it's kind of like the UCF football deal.
Yeah.
You know how they.
Yeah, they called themselves the national champs.
Yeah, exactly.
Undefeated.
So.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And then we talked on our last episode about the new SEC realignment with Texas and Oklahoma, and like where do teams fit in the Pac-12 if the Big 12 steals Colorado, or an Arizona,
or do they come after a Stanford or an Oregon? Or I know Pac-12 is kind of Stanford and Oregon, and that's but. The conference
I don't know how that
all
works
around.
though, like contract-wise. There's got to be so many years you're committed to your conference.
Yeah.
With the TV.
Well, yeah,
rights.
that's why they're going 2025.
Right. Yeah. So, but interesting to think like, what does the Big 12 do?
Yeah.
Again, especially they're going to go after Pac-12 teams.
They have to go after some of them.
So what does that, like we said, what does that do to Boise State or Fresno State?
Yeah, it's gonna mess some things up probably.
It is. You might. Because football-wise, like Fullerton. While baseball's prominent, they don't even have a football program.
Yeah. No, so they couldn't.
Long Beach State, same thing. Yeah. So you can't compete in the Pac-12.
Yeah.
And I think Fresno State could, because if they say they were in the Pac-12, they would definitely get better recruiting.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
So, that would, And they already win against big time schools anyways. So I just feel like that would help out. And obviously we're a little biased because we're from Fresno.
Sure, but they're one of the mid-majors that I think.
But Boise doesn't have a baseball team. No. So that you can't really.
I mean, maybe that brings it back at that point financially.
Yeah.
But Fresno State makes sense. You know, like I said last time.
If you take teams out.
They're going to get beat up. They're going to take their lumps the first few years. But as recruiting picks up and money comes in through being in the Pac-12, you never know what happens.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you're taking someone that may have gone to Stanford or, you know, UCLA or, well, you're probably going to Stanford or UCLA, but I mean, a guy that's going to USC, you know, and maybe more feasible to him stay home and go to Fresno State.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even at those schools with Stanford and UCLA, with the amount of money it costs and how baseball has so little scholarship, it might be better off for the family to go to Fresno State than a UCLA or a Stanford, you know, when you come down to the money and scholarship. But you know, we talked about with the SEC. Now let's take it back to our other argument real quick with the track in high school. We've been saying this for 2 years now that we think Bullard and Memorial should be in the track because we think in football, you know, football, basketball, and baseball, they can compete in the track. How do you feel about the situation the track is now? Because they're in the CMAC, and the CMAC just doesn't seem right for them because there's nobody else that's going to compete with them. Yeah. So, I mean, with the realignment in the SEC, it just got us thinking, like, dude, this
high school was. No, I definitely think, I mean, just playing Bullard and playing Memorial in multiple sports, they're definitely good enough to compete in the track and be right there along with us, or if not, be better than some people that are already in the track. So, I definitely think that could and should be talked about. But like, I mean, that's definitely
it's a Clovis Unified.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's out of our heads.
Well, that's what makes me mad though. It's like, okay, I get it. Clovis Unified is the premier district, right? Yeah. But it's the track. It's not the CUSD conference, or you know, that's where it's kind of like.
I saw somebody said something about Clovis South. When Clovis South gets into the picture,
they're going to take Central out.
They're going to get dumped on. Yeah, Clovis South is going to get dumped on in athletics. Let's be real. They got no shot.
I don't even know where it is. Where is it?
It's going to be Sanger West is what it's going to be. That's what it should be. Like, they're going to get smoked, especially early. Clovis East got smoked early.
Yeah.
Other than in football.
Yeah.
I mean, they won some Valley titles early in football, but come on, man. You can tell me Memorial's not going to be better than whatever Clovis South is?
No,
or Bullard? Come on.
Yeah. Bullard should automatically be in the track.
Just like Clovis North had to start Division II, I think, with their program. Mm-hmm. When CP first got into baseball, they had to work their way up, and then that's when we got bounced out of the track, Madera, and into the CMAC.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think you're right though. Expand that thing.
Expand it.
Yeah.
Well, especially with the playoffs now, because they only do the first 8 go to Division I.
Well, yeah, it's like he's saying.
You haven't even seen any of that stuff. It's a crazy.
So the
thing.
CIF is gonna now place teams division-wise at the end of the season, like how you finish. So they're going to take like your strength of schedule, record, common opponents, and then they're going to put, the top 8 out of those criteria will play Division I.
And then 16 the rest of the
and
way.
And then the next 16 will play for the division. So Clovis High this year technically would have played for Division II.
That's insane.
Clovis High in 19, when they won it, would have been in Division II.
In this new format.
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, that's weird.
But I don't understand why D1's just taking 8. They got to explain that to us.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
So I don't know. But back to the call. Before we get into your whole thing, you guys had I'm sure there's still a bad taste. 1 out away, freaking 1-2 count, and a 2-out walk.
Your dude on the mound.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Beck. Who was, I'm from center field. Dude, some of his shit, though, watching the video is disgusting.
He sees it out there.
The stuff he had that night was the best stuff he's had all year, too. So.
I was watching video, and I was like, this is gross.
Yeah. He's
not fair.
He's something. He's different. He's very good. So it was one of those. I think, I got moved to left because Eddie Park, our left fielder, got taken out of the game because he fouled the ball off his foot. And he came out to me in center field. He's like, dude, like, it was in like a pitching change. He's like, dude, what do I do? Like, I feel like I can't run it 100%. He's like, I don't want to be a liability. I was like, okay, this is a freshman kid saying he doesn't want to be a liability. I was like, that's sweet right there. I like that. And trainers came out, and I went up to Esky. I was like, hey, blah, blah, blah. Like, he said he doesn't want to, be the reason that something bad
he can't
happened.
go.
Yeah, so I ended up moving over to the left, and here I am last inning. I'm like, dude, we got this thing. Like, we're golden. All of us. We're like, dude, yeah.
Yeah, you get the first 2 outs.
Yeah, we're like, Beck's on them. Dude, like, we're not – there's no way we're losing this game. And I remember as soon as that pitch came out of hand, I took my pre-pitch, and my head just went straight down. I just sat there for a minute. I was like – I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
like,
just
all of us were just like, what? Like, that's just insane.
Was it pretty humid then? I mean, it looked –
Yeah, I mean, it was sticky.
All week?
Yeah, it was sticky all week. But, I mean, like I said in my post-game interview when I was there, it's like you can't just pin it on –
nah.
Because he is probably one of the main reasons that we were able to even get that far, because he was one of the best pitchers in the country.
100.
We knew every single Friday when he came out we were going to win. It was – I mean, we would not have been remotely close to being there without him. So it's like you can't expect a guy to be perfect. No. That's like saying – me coming up, bases loaded, bottom 9, and I strike out. It's like, okay, it's baseball. It happens. It's not like you can't be like, oh, you should have hit a grand slam to win it.
Well, and part of it is, Vanderbilt put some good swings on some balls and stayed middle. And, I mean, I thought there was a ball maybe you guys might have been a little opposition up the middle, but, dude, they just put some good swings on.
Yeah.
I think there was a ball in the dirt that got the runner to third base, and then they had the base hit to tie it.
Yeah.
But and then Bex also was on short rest, too.
Yeah, no, he was just a few days.
It wasn't even 3-day rest.
Yeah, it was a few days. So short rest. But like I said, I mean, I went back as soon as I got home. I went back and I watched every game we played just because I was still just trying to. I mean, I was thinking about. I wanted to flush it, but I also I wanted to watch.
You want to
game.
enjoy it in a different aspect.
Yeah. So I mean, I wanted to go back, look at all the games, look at like how we looked and stuff like that. And I mean, we definitely belonged. You know what I'm saying? That was what was cool about us is preseason, we see the rankings and it's like, okay, we're 9th in the Pac-12, nothing going on. I'm like, we were like, okay, like we know what we had, like in the fall and stuff like that when we were practicing, we were like, dude, we're going to be legit. Like as long as our pitching holds up, our offense is going to be nuts.
You saw something everybody else didn't see.
Yeah.
Well, because they were probably thinking about 19, right? 19, you guys
we
were
were
loaded.
20.
No, when they hosted state in the Supers or in the regional.
Yeah.
A lot of seniors, good club, and graduated and then lost some guys to the draft.
Yeah.
And then 2020 was kind of nothing. And so I bet maybe they all just kind of slept on you guys.
Yeah, because we went 4-11 in the 2020. So, I mean, it was – and we looked terrible. Like, we didn't look good at all. But we had a bunch of young guys that year. So we knew we were bringing a bunch of guys back. And we put some good work in, got all of our swings right before the season. And I mean, we knew we had Beck, and we had some guys recovering from Tommy John, like Polish and Williams, and Matthews was kind of up and down for us throughout the year, but he's gonna be phenomenal for us this next year. So I mean, we even think now that we're gonna be right back where we were, if not better, because I mean we're pretty much bringing back our entire offense. I mean, minus obviously Beck, Gretsch. Bruiser's gone, Tawa's gone, and C-Rob. So we're missing some key components, but it's not something that, I don't think my class or the class below or even that freshman class coming in, that we can't, get guys to fill those big spots. So, I mean, we're definitely excited. I'm ready to go back. I've been home for 3-4 days. I'm like, dude, I'm ready to go back and get going. So I'm excited.
Yeah, well, and you got enough guys that went through this last season that
they know
that road, that map, and they're going to depend on your leadership.
Yes, I mean that was one of my things too. Is right after we lost, we're all pretty emotional and stuff like that, and even in, like I said, the post game conference, I was like, I don't really want to talk about next year yet. It's too early, and I got guys in there hurting and stuff like that, and but I mean, now it's like to the point where, we're all expecting to go back there and we're expecting to win the whole damn thing. So it's not like, and that's the thing is like, I feel like before like the 20 year when we struggled, it was like, okay, well, let's win a Pac-12 conference. Let's do that. It wasn't like, okay, let's win a national title.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not like the expectation now can't be like, okay, let's get to Omaha. Like that's what I mean, because Omaha was sick, but then again, we left.
Yeah, you're close.
We left. That's what I'm saying. So the expectation has to be to win the whole thing.
I love it.
And I think that taste in our mouth that we had after that game, and even the way that we lost it is just going to add fuel to the fire when we're training and stuff like that. And we have a group chat with all the guys, and we were all pretty much on the same page. Like yeah, this year's going to be, we're going to use that and we're going to go. So
it's a good fuel to have, man.
yeah.
Got to go back to Buchanan. Well, Clovis North initially, right?
Yeah.
And I know you mentioned transferring every now and again.
I know all the people out there will hate me if I don't ask about it.
Playing waiting. When's Chad going to bring that up?
So you do transfer, but to me, and I told you this before, I feel like you transferring, and this was in my mind, and I don't know you. This is the first time we've ever met. Clovis North had a very bad football program when you were there. You don't have to say yes or no. They were bad. So
You're going to get me in trouble.
so
They were the Clovis South of the.
they were just bad. They were in the middle of a coaching,
Change.
and you were gonna go to Stanford or wherever anyways, no matter what, even if you stayed at Clovis North. But my thing was there was a good opportunity for you to go, not be the dude that's double teamed or triple teamed, and like the way you were treated at North, but go somewhere that had a good football program, great coach, and be on a winning team. And then also baseball just happened to be like icing on the cake, with Coach Donald and what he built there. So the reason for transferring, that's where I go with it. If you could just give a little bit of your little.
Because Chad is, because now it's literally, people are making excuses.
It's like the college transfer portal now.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's all
but
political
Chad.
Just tell me the truth.
Yeah.
Just say, I want to go play at Buchanan. Just tell me that. Just tell me that.
No,
and I'll be
because
like, okay, great.
People
Then
today are going to say,
I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect that. Don't give me this, my job's 2 minutes that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, don't give me that. Like, if you moved because you moved, like it was going to move anyways, like, great. Then say that. But like, people make these excuses, and it's like, bro, he works like 25 minutes from his job.
Yeah.
Like, he really lives closer to Clovis West than he does Madera.
Yeah.
And he coaches, so it's just like, I don't know.
It was
But I got to ask that.
Yeah, so it was kind of a mixture of things, because my sister, 2 years older than me, so she was graduating at the time, and we had a pretty big house at the time, and my mom absolutely hated it. So that was a portion of it. My parents wanted to downsize, live
Because she was going away to college.
Yeah, because she was, and my mom was like, "You're going to be leaving in 2 years or whatever. I do not want to be taking care of this much house with just your dad and I." So we were planning on downsizing anyway. So we were looking at houses, and then we found the one right across the street from Buchanan, which was already in the mix. Obviously, football very good, baseball very good, and that's really all there is to it. But part of the issue was, I don't know if it's still the rule now, but when you transferred, you had to be
in that district.
So it was like a full family move.
Yeah.
So I remember I was nicknamed Full Family Move at Buchanan for the first few weeks.
So even your Buchanan guys gave you some shit.
Oh yeah, they were like, "Oh, here comes Full Family Move," blah blah blah. And so that was part of it is because if I would have got blocked or whatever, because the whole talk when I transferred was, "Oh, you got recruited to go," so then I was gonna get 365, and if I got 365, there was no shot I was going, because I couldn't miss out on a year. So I actually went and visited IMG in Florida when this was all going on, and met with the coach there and stuff like that. So if I got blocked, I was originally going to go there.
Holy shit.
Yeah, because they offered me a scholarship and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, well, I already know what IMG has to offer. I played with a guy that played I played with a guy in summer ball that goes there. Kid's a stud. I know everything they have to offer, football, baseball-wise. So I was like, okay, so if I do get blocked, I still have a pretty good fallback plan here. So it really didn't matter to me where I went. I just wanted to play and get my name out there. So, so I ended up getting through the whole 365 stuff, full family move, nickname, and all that stuff was earned. But, it was mostly for sports, and my parents wanted to downsize. We ended up just buying a house there, so it just kind of made sense to go.
Yeah.
No beefs.
No beefs.
Honest answer.
That's all I want.
It's not that hard.
That's all I want.
Because we talked
And
about
I'm not
too,
saying that's all I want from you. That's all I want from all these people out there.
Because for me too, we've talked about it on here. We've fucking buried this topic into the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bernal's going to hit us up on it right now.
No. I love it. But, I'm just to the opinion that for now, right, with the way the rules are, do it in junior high. If you're going to leave early.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure you got the Full Family Move nickname. I'm sure you dealt with shit from Clovis North people too.
Yeah. No, yeah.
But he also had a coaching change, which we've agreed if there's a coaching change.
Was CP still the coach when you left, or was it Prieto?
No, it was CP. It was mostly just the football piece with Martinez, and I love Martinez, but it was just the whole. I mean, we didn't even know who our head coach was. We didn't know who we knew nothing, so it was kind of just a mess to begin with, and that was all while we were looking for.
And the point was the first thing was football, right? You were.
Yeah, I was originally football.
It was football.
Yeah, I just played baseball
was the deal.
for fun.
Yeah,
so,
right. Baseball was secondary at the time. Okay. Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. No knock.
Yeah.
And again, just honest answer. I love it. This is a no shit, no nonsense guy. I love it. So then what's Stanford? When did that start going on? When did the recruiting process with that start?
It was.
Or I mean, with other schools, any recruiting.
Because you wanted to. When did you figure out I want to be a dual?
So
because you were just football.
Yeah. So I was originally football, but I got my first offer in baseball my freshman year, maybe my sophomore year at North, from San Jose State. And then from there, kind of Fresno State and kind of trickled down Oregon State, and all that stuff kind of happened. And
you waited
to commit?
To commit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I waited.
Oh, you didn't commit right away?
For Fresno State?
Just any of them.
No, I mean any of them.
Oh, yeah. No,
we're seeing that now, too.
You see it now. You see an offer. It's like, everybody wants to jump on the first move.
Oh, no, I waited. I waited it out until my senior year. So I waited out probably further than just about anybody because I wanted to make sure if I committed to Stanford that I got in. Because if I didn't want to commit and not get in and be like, okay, where the hell am I going to go?
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah. A little logical
It's
decision.
Stanford, right?
Yeah.
So
you have to get in.
Yeah. My thing was if I didn't get in, fine. I have plenty of other options. I'll go play there, whatever. But if I get in, I'm going to go because it's Stanford. And if I get in there,
I'm going.
I'm going to go. So that was kind of the deal I made with my parents. But so I'd say it started sophomore year. And then when I made the move, a lot more baseball stuff started popping because Donald, Buchanan reputation, not the Bang, Clovis North or anything like that, but definitely helped me out.
Just the tradition.
But at that time too, they were. That's when they started. That was when all that shit went down.
I mean, they were like the national champion 16. I mean, there was all that stuff. Right. So,
and North
was transitioning.
Well, the North was going through that stuff, and guys were
leaving,
or guys got kicked out or something like that.
Oh yeah, no, that was a different story.
Could you imagine though if you guys all stayed together, like
I was
with
there
Houston stays, to Saldivar leave? Guys stay at North, dude. That's
I mean, that was a spring break
baseball was
tournament.
good.
Yeah.
Baseball was good.
Oh no, yeah, we were good.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, it was a weird process kind of because, the whole move and the whole two sport thing. So it made it kind of interesting. And I got to a point, my senior year, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty good at baseball. Pretty much a 300 plus hitter all throughout high school, which is like, it's good. Nothing over the top, nothing crazy. But summer ball with NorCal and stuff I was doing in summer, area code, all that kind of stuff you guys mentioned is where like I really kind of made a name for myself and hit and ran and played defense and all this kind of stuff. I didn't really have good arm strength at that point in time, but still don't. But so that's kind of where I made a name for myself a lot was over summer ball, just facing, guys like some dudes, you know what I'm saying? Right. So that was kind of where stuff.
There is no easy base hits.
Yeah, no, that's where stuff, started to add up.
You see how good you are.
Right. Yeah, and so I was like, okay, here we go. So then senior year, and then I'm playing high school games, and I got MLB scouts sitting around the cage when I'm warming up off the tee. I'm like, dude, what the hell is going on? I'm like, these guys have cameras all around me right now. Like I'm just trying to do my little 4 swings off the tee and get going, right? So I kind of let that get the best of me a little bit my senior year and was kind of too worried about the draft, kind of what you guys were saying about how I should have gone to college and stuff like that. So I'm really happy I did because I got to experience that early and see how if you don't focus just on winning and being with the team, stuff like that will get to you. Because, I mean, I still, like I said, 300 hitter or whatever, but definitely not the senior year that I wanted to have. But, yeah, so I got to the point where scouts were coming. I had 20-something in-house meetings with some scouts. So I was, like, pretty heavy, like, MLB guy coming out of high school, just purely off, like, just being an athlete and showing up and playing.
You project.
I wasn't even, like, a baseball player at that point. So
they'll figure out where you're going to play once you're drafted.
Yeah, so it was all that was going on. I told my dad, I was like, hey, like, I think – because I had Fresno State offered football, Arizona State did, and then Stanford was still in the works. And so I told my dad, I'm like, hey, Dad, I think –
And those were all baseball originally?
Yeah, they were all baseball.
You're waiting for football.
Yeah.
Got it.
Arizona State offered both right away. Fresno State offered both right away. So I was waiting on Stanford, and I was like, Dad, I think I kind of just want to play baseball. Like, clearly, this is the route that I should be taking with the scouts, with the offers. Like, clearly, this is what I'm best at, and I haven't even put all my time into it. My dad was, football guy, athlete in high school and stuff like that, and Army, and hard ass guy, And he's like, no, you need to wait it out. I'm like, God, like, come on, like, I just want to make a decision. So it was kind of a little back and forth with my dad and stuff like that. But needless to say, I'm really thankful that I did go and I did try football, because I wasn't expecting to play at all. And I didn't start on defense or offense or any of that, but I was in the knife is what we call it on kickoff, and I called out the punt return stuff. So
you played in 11 games.
Yeah, no, I love my experience, and there's still days that I miss it and I want to go hit somebody in the mouth, but
football. I didn't play, a lot of football, but what's Saturdays like? I mean, can you beat Saturday college football?
Oh no, it's unbelievable. I remember. So the first game I played in was USC, and that was at
the Coliseum.
At the Coliseum, and it was unbelievable. I remember it was my first kickoff. I'm the knife, which is the free hitter, so I literally have no job, just go hit the guy with the ball. So I'm right here, and I'm looking up, and it's just people all the way to the top. I'm like, this is nuts. Whatever. So first play goes. I made my first tackle on the first play. I was like, dude, I'm living right now. This is sick. Right? I'm coming off the field. People are hitting my head. I'm like, yeah, freaking out and stuff like that. But I don't think really anything beats some Saturday night football.
You see how jacked you get for football versus baseball.
Well, it's just like in high school. There's nothing
adrenaline.
like Friday nights.
Yeah.
I don't care what track baseball game you're in.
Yeah.
What Friday nights and football.
It's a completely different adrenaline.
It's a completely different.
And that's the thing is what I tell a lot of guys when I'm thankful I played football is I use that same football mentality when I play baseball, if that makes sense. So it's all intrinsic motivation for baseball, because like you said, it's not going to be 100,000 whatever. That's obviously over the board, but a ton of people in the stadium. It's going to be, even at Stanford games, we don't have many people, so it's got to come from within. You got to drive yourself.
Right.
That's why I tell myself, football-wise, is okay, my football mentality was okay, I'm going to knock this guy in his ass. So, that when I'm hitting, I'm okay, I'm going to beat this. I'm going to hit this ball straight at this guy's face. Yeah. That's just kind of
you right now.
Yeah, so that's kind of just how I went about it.
Well, and I think, too, how many guys on your baseball team were – athletes, we're football guys.
Yeah, not too many.
We
had Tim Tawa was actually
he seems like an athlete.
He does.
He was a quarterback, and he was actually Gatorade Player of the Year 3 years in a row for football and baseball. Just Gatorade Player of the Year.
Out of California?
Out of Oregon.
Oregon.
So 3 years in. So I'd always make fun of him at practice when he'd make an error. I'd be like, Gatorade, the whole water boy deal. So I'd mess with him with that.
Oh, that's good roasting.
Yeah.
Because a lot of recruiters love two sport, or the better the athlete.
Yeah.
Well, I think at Stanford though, academics come first.
Sure. I think most schools are.
Yeah. You look like you get is it Rodriguez? Who's the outfielder? The lefty, the right fielder.
Oh, C-Rob Robinson.
He looks like he can freaking hit somebody.
He is a body.
Yeah.
Is that the one you almost collided with in the World Series? Dude, what the hell happened?
Yeah, you would have been hurt.
Come on, dude.
That
wasn't even a question whose ball that was.
No, dude, I literally I went into the dugout after that. I'm like, dude, what the hell is this guy? I didn't even call it, because I'm literally, it's right
it's
to
routine.
Me. I'm like, why is
you're camped?
And I'm like this, and all of a sudden, I got it. And he runs straight past me. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And he's like, dude, I'm sorry. And then later on in the game, when I was in left, Grant Burton, who was in center, did the same thing to me. I'm like, dude, what is going on?
I saw that one too.
Yeah,
they're like, you're hitting all the home runs. I want to get on TV.
No, it was funny though. But I remember on TV, because I watched it back, they were like, yeah, C-Rob almost collided with a football player. I'm like, no, I would have collided with him.
Yeah.
He's a big dude.
He's 6'4", 230. I mean, he's a body.
He looks like
and he was going full bore.
Oh, yeah,
not even looking at you.
No, head down. Full.
Yeah, he was going to decleat you.
Yeah, no, I would have been.
It was no good.
Yeah.
How many visits did you go on? Did you go to Arizona State?
Yeah, so when I went to Oregon State. So I always did them together. So when I went to Oregon, I went to Oregon State too. So I just made a weekend trip out of it. Arizona State, Miami, Texas, trying to think. I pretty much went to every. Washington State. I went to pretty much every Pac-12 school, and then Texas and Miami. Miami was pretty high on my list. If I didn't get into Stanford, so just because I was like, dude, Miami's sick.
Yeah,
I'm like, come on, this would be fun. So
that's a hard place to say no to.
yeah.
Even Texas is hard to say no to.
Texas was so one of my like good buddies from Pete Hansen. He's the left-handed pitcher for Texas, and he was trying to get me and Will Bartlett, the guy from IMG. He ended up going to the draft. He was trying to get both of us to go, and I was like, dude, I'm in. Like the Texas baseball tradition is sweet.
Yeah.
But like I said, I was like, if I get into Stanford, I'm going, and I'm in love with it now. So I'm happy with it.
Well, I mean, we've had Coach Esker and Eager on here, and friggin' amazing dudes.
Oh, the best.
Esker's baseball story is one of the best we've heard, and if you haven't, go listen to it. But and then Eager, just being a young guy, I'm sure he fits in really well with you guys.
Yeah, no, it's one of the best dynamics. I've been a part of. Even my baseball life's been short lived, but even with we have Steve Rodriguez. He's our hitting guy. Yep. He's a young guy from hitting and catching. Younger guy, just pretty much fresh out the game from UCLA, catcher. Tommy Nicholson from Texas, who's unbelievable. And then obviously Esker and Eager. So it's like we have a great mix of, because Eags likes to get in some ass all the time. Esky's pretty mellow. Steve's like not best friends, but really close with all the players and loves to like kick shit with the guys. And T-Nick's always just right here. He's just because he coached with Augie, and I was like,
ooh, yeah.
I was like, okay, if you're coaching with you can't have two guys that are up here. You need to have that's why but he knows.
Everybody kind of brings a different
so it's
relationship to the players.
Yeah, so they each do different things to each player, and I'll even go and talk with Eags, be like, okay, like I'll be in the dugout and we'll be talking like pitching philosophy. I'm like, okay, like what are you gonna do to get this guy out? And I'm learning from my pitching coach. You know what I'm saying? So it's like different stuff that you can learn. Just from everybody out there.
Well, yeah, why not? Guys that's calling games every single night to try to get hitters out.
Yeah.
And you're trying to get on base.
Exactly. So I'm like, you talk to him and you're like, how would you get me out? He's like, oh, I do this, this, and this. And then I'm hitting a scrimmage, and then he does that, and that. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm out. There we go. So I got to fix that. So it's awesome, man. I would not change the coaching staff or the team for anything right now.
So when you decide, when Stanford finally, I guess, comes around to what they're going to get you, when you make that decision, what starts talk with the draft stuff? Does it calm down, or is it still like this could still happen? And now are you looking at like, well, I can't really pass up Stanford if I'm not. I mean, it's going to take a good amount of money to pull somebody away from Stanford. Yeah. Let's be real.
So I was with my advisor, in high school, stuff like that, so we were kind of talking about logistics, and the guy I work with, Kurt Stillwell, was supposed to be a Stanford guy and skipped it to go to the draft. So there was kind of like a little connect there of like, I regretted not going. So we kind of knew that going in. But then, like I said, my senior year wasn't really what I expected to be. So that first round money or whatever we talked about early on wasn't going to be realistic. So we were pretty set, and I was like, okay, well, they're giving me a chance to play football. I'm like, if they're going to give me a chance, my dad and I talked about it, I'm going to go play football. So after I got that chance to go play football, I didn't really look back from there.
Yeah. How nice is it now to, like, when you look back on it, and I know you love football and you miss football, but to be able to put like a full, like everything you have into baseball. I mean, obviously you see what it does when you devote all your time.
For sure.
But how does it feel for you just being able to focus on the one?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, like
having
I said,
a fall.
I still haven't had my first fall yet. Like, I don't even know what fall ball is.
Oh, yeah, you didn't have one in 21.
Freshman year I wasn't there, and then COVID. So I still haven't had a fall ball yet, so I don't even know. So, it's awesome. Like I said, like you said, put up a pretty good year, made it all the way to Omaha, did all the things pretty much that I wanted to do last season. So, needless to say, like, just committing all my time into the one paid dividends to, my success and the results and stuff like that. So, and that's what, I was talking with Tulowitzki when I was at USA, and I was like, and he was like, that's what's like pretty great about you is you have such a high ceiling still, because this is the first year you've really played. Like, I was like, yeah, I'm still learning even like what the game even means. Like, I'm still learning, when to steal bags and what count does this. Blah, blah. I'm still learning like all these little things that guys have known and guys have done for their whole life because they've only been baseball players. So just being able to finally like dive in and be like a student of the game and work on my craft. Like I said, I mean, I got bored at my house earlier and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go to the cage. I got nothing better to do. So it's like stuff like that where I'd be like, okay, freshman year, I'd be like, okay, well, I'm at home. Should I go do ladder drills or should I go to the cage? And then I was like, okay, I'll pick one. Well, when I pick one, I'm not getting better at the other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now that I just kind of have to focus on the one, it's like it's lights out.
But how going to that, because that's actually perfect, saying that you're still learning and you actually have like almost like a greater love for it. Do you think that might have helped you out playing two sports like your whole life because you didn't get burnout playing only one sport all the time? Like, do you feel like if you did one sport your whole life, you would have the same love and feel for baseball right now?
Probably not, to be honest with you. And, you know, like, obviously it's different when you're a big leaguer and you're, you know, that's your job. You're getting paid a lot of money to do so. But I feel like if I were to just play baseball from T-ball all the way up, I'd be like, God, like I want to do something else. Like I want to, like I said, hit somebody. I want to dunk.
You had that burnout.
Yeah. So I like, for me, like we said earlier, it's like baseball isn't that high intensity sport. So I'm glad I was able to play that high intensity stuff because now when I play baseball, I'm like, God, this is nice. I get to relax. I get to, you know, I just get to show up to the yard and have fun and be loose. So it's definitely a lot of fun for me.
I think it allows you to put more energy into it too.
Yeah.
Like I feel
100%.
like the kids that only play one sport, by the time they get to college, when you need what you have, you need that drive, they are burnout and they don't put in that extra. Yeah. So that's why I feel it's important to be a two sport guy, because when you get to college, and it's a job. It's a job at Division I college or any college. It's a job. It's school, baseball, lifting, you know, everything. Yeah. You don't have any time to do anything. So if you're doing it constantly, there's going to be some point where it's going to be too much of a job where you're not enjoying it. And I feel like you're enjoying it at the right time. Yeah. Which is you haven't even hit your ceiling like Tulo talk, which that's fucking probably awesome to have him as a
oh no, it was, you know, it was unreal.
But or even have him tell you that.
Like, I know, right? That's just like that almost like
that encouragement, that confidence, dude.
Oh yeah. No, it was and like that kind of goes back to what I said about like just the intrinsic motivation too, is like hearing stuff like that and seeing where I'm at. It's like, okay, well, coming up, it's like it's almost my time to get a phone call. You know what I'm saying? So like that's my thing now is like what I'm working for now is let's get a Pac-12 championship, let's get a ring at Omaha, and then I want to be the first outfielder picked. So that's my goal. My goal this year was win a Pac-12 championship, get to Omaha at least, because we had that year last year, which was part of my problem was setting that expectation of where it was, and then I want to be an All American. I want to be on the USA team. So like that's my thing now is like just setting new goals. Like literally right when I got home from Omaha, my dad was like, "Let's sit down and make some new goals." I was like, "I'm in. Let's go." Like I mean, that gives you something to show up and be excited about each time you come to the field. It's like because you know you see these guys. Like I was talking to Leiter the other day, and I was like, "Dude, like you." Like, cause we were kicking shit with each other in Omaha, and I'm like, dude, like, I mean, you're literally living the dream right now. Like, you did everything you wanted to do, or you are whatever $8 million richer.
How much cooler does it get?
Yeah, I'm like,
other than getting to the big leagues.
Yeah, and now it's like now his goal from here, it's like, okay, now I need to get called up, and then I need to stay, and then I'm gonna stay. Yeah, I mean that's the thing is like, I feel like it's you know, setting those goals and setting those expectations should never change. Because even when you get to the big leagues, it's like, okay, I'm gonna be an all-star, or I want to be the best outfielder, stuff like that. So I feel like that kind of pushes me to bring that excitement to the field every single day.
Yeah,
that's good shit.
That's good shit.
I'm telling you, dude, I love it.
I have a thing because I've noticed I'm weird about noticing little things because I'm a gear guy, like big time. And you're right, batting glove, you fold over. But your left batting glove, you have normal. Yeah.
How did you pick that up?
Come on, bro.
That's sweet. I like that right there.
I'm telling you.
So I didn't have it. So my buddy Henry Gargas on the baseball team. So when we would go hit, sometimes we'd have early bus rides or whatever we're doing, like right before we leave for flights and stuff. We'd go in the cage and it'd be pretty cold in the bay because you get that cold bay breeze. And you go hit in the morning and your hands are just like, they're just stiff. So like you're trying to wake your hands up and like, I don't have it right now because I haven't been hitting as much, but this huge callus right here.
You can see it, yeah.
And so there's in the mornings that thing barks every now and then because you're rubbing the handle a little bit. It barks a little bit. She's like, yeah, dude, just do what I do. Just flip it over. She have a little extra padding. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I started doing it, and then I went off that weekend. I went off, and I'm pretty superstitious. So I'm like, dude, I am not changing this damn batting glove ever.
What series was that?
I'm trying to remember.
Was it Washington?
No, we didn't even play. We didn't even play Washington.
I thought you had a series against Washington.
No, that got banned because of COVID.
Was it?
Yeah, but it was later. I honestly want to say it was like right. When was it? I can't remember.
I just know you had a couple 6 RBI games throughout the year, and I was like, Jesus Christ, this guy nobody could get him out.
Yeah. No, yeah. There was games when I didn't even know what they were throwing. I was just hitting it. It was like even that Texas Tech game, I thought I hit 3 fastballs, and they were like, no, you hit a left-on-left slider, or right-on-left changeup, and then a 2-seam at 96 away. I was like, what?
Hey, but that's when you're
being
good.
on time,
No,
dude.
that's when you're
That's what
good.
I'm saying.
When
Being
you
on
don't
time.
even know. Like, you go back to the dugout, what'd you hit? I don't know. It was right there. I fucking hit it.
Yeah.
Like,
But then there's times when you're swinging through shit, and you're like, dude, I don't even know what he just threw me. I have no idea what he just threw me. That's why baseball is so great to me. That's why it's a lot of fun. It's because you'll be like this, but that's the thing is you got to just find a way to get back to there. So, that when I was like those 6 RBI games and stuff, I probably was blinking, and so I didn't have no idea what was coming. So,
did it have anything to do with,
the mustache?
when did that happen? Because that was a team thing,
did
right?
the USA have a
No
policy or what?
Yeah, they had. So I was gonna keep it.
It was spot on.
I was gonna.
Well, didn't
write
you have it at the beginning during the practices?
No.
Oh,
they said on all the paperwork and stuff, it said no facial hair, clean shaven, all this stuff. So I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, I like this thing right now. So I'm like kind of trying to get it back right now. It's not as good.
You gotta get it going again.
Yeah. So
I'm in.
my mom, no, but when I got home after all, my mom was like, if you're sleeping in this house, you're shaving that damn mustache.
Well, your mom doesn't like. We've heard the story about the tattoo.
Yeah, she doesn't like this. She doesn't like this.
I'm sorry, but that Fresno downtown tattoo is.
Oh, I love that thing.
That's legit tattoo.
I love that thing.
Yeah.
We need 1,000 subscribers, and I will get that tattoo.
Let's get it going.
1,000?
Let's go.
All right. Maybe we'll see.
That'd be sweet.
I have no tattoos, so. Speaking of being a gear guy, we haven't talked about this yet. I've wanted to. Where are you at? Because I don't think you wear your pants. You wear your pants down.
Yeah.
Where are you at with the pants above the knees, like a football
Like
player?
Mississippi, or was
Tanner
It was Mississippi State.
Well,
a lot
their
of
whole
guys.
team was freaking. Their catcher did it.
I just kind of curious.
I mean, to me, so I think really who started that whole thing was Kyler Murray. That was the first time I ever saw it.
Well, Hunter Pence used to do it in the big
That's true.
leagues.
That is
He's
true.
the first.
That is
but
true.
yeah, Kyler.
But in
did
college,
do it.
you're-
Kyler did.
I feel like I really noticed it when Kyler Murray did it because he was, obviously the huge name that he was at the time. So that's when I started to notice, and I was like, okay, like I'm a football guy too. I'm like, maybe this is the new wave. Like this, I was like, I'm like, for me, I'm pretty flashy as is. So I'm all in for whatever guys want to do and try.
You're the guy that's in the gear closet.
Yeah, like I mean, for me, it's like if that makes you feel good, go right ahead. But I'm a pants down. I don't have calves. Calves are not in my gene pool.
Calf game is not strong.
Calf game is not strong in this over here. So,
Hey, but this is you have those black guy calves though.
Oh yeah.
Where you have the skinny shins, and then you got the rock calf.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
So I mean, I decided to go pants down just to save myself some embarrassment on that end because we have some guys even on our Stanford team that have absolute tree trunk calves, and it makes me feel terrible about myself. So
Yeah, but you can motor, man. Like that's the thing. Like you hit third, right? But you can drag bunt for a hit at any time.
Yeah.
You can hit the ball over the fence. You can go gap to gap.
Yeah.
You can hit a triple. Oh, and then I can still 14, 15 bags. Yeah. Probably more than that.
Yeah, more than that.
Definitely more than that.
I'm just, we're going 2020. If he goes 2020, I will get the tattoo.
20 for 20.
Wait, hold. Really?
I'm telling you right
You better
now.
hold on,
I'm
because
gonna get
that
more
is
than 20 bags.
that is a realistic goal.
No, that's easy. 20 bags is
See,
not
1,000
shit.
subscribers, there's no fucking way we're getting 1,000 subscribers. I mean, we're at 320s on it right now in 2 years. 2020.
All right, that's
You don't have any tattoos.
Well, we'll get back to it. Well, let me think about that some more.
That's good right there. That's good.
I saw your face when you said it too.
Yeah, he
You're
was
like,
nervous.
Oh, shit,
He was
did I
nervous that
really
he
do
said
that?
it. Yeah.
We'll have to edit this
We're
down.
gonna cut that.
No, we're not editing it. None of it. The other thing too was you got to play for Team USA.
Yeah.
Did you know
he
that?
did wear his pants up during Team USA.
So that's a big scout thing. So pants up makes you look a lot faster. And that's actually true. Pants up makes you look faster. I don't know if it's because like the difference in color, so it kind of looks like a blur or whatever it is, but that's what I've heard. And so when it's like a scout event type deal, I usually will go pants up to make myself look faster in general. So
throw some thigh pads in there, fucking shoulder pads, and
let's go at it.
Did you know about playing on that before your season ended with Stan? Like, when did you know you were committed to play to that?
Yeah, so I knew. I think I knew before the regional, but I made it known to Esker that I didn't want anybody knowing. I didn't want any stuff to be talked about before the end of the year. So I didn't really I'd even tell people in Omaha. I think 2 or 3 people might have known, and I was like, don't tell anybody on the team, blah blah blah. So there's probably even people on the team that didn't know even when I was
there.
In North Carolina.
Because that was, I remember seeing like, dude, nobody talked about this.
And that's kind of the way I wanted it.
No distractions.
Yeah, I mean, for me,
I mean, it's no excuses for your teammates to make for you. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm still.
Yeah.
Nothing changes.
That's what I'm saying. We're working for this right now. This isn't about.
It's one goal.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was my mindset kind of going in. And I'm a huge, like, under the radar. I like to be, like, I'm flashy and stuff, but I love being, like I said, I love.
So, like, this is not something you would typically do.
Oh, no.
I mean, you're down to do it, but.
No. Yeah. This is fine. But I'm saying, like I said earlier.
Like about himself.
Right. When we're ranked 9th in the Pac-12, I'm like, okay, I love that. Because it's like, you got nothing to lose. You might as well go. So that's how.
There's only one way to do it.
That's why I was like, okay, like, I don't want this whole USA thing breaking out and then be like, oh, this guy's USA. Why'd he strike out if he's this good? Blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, obviously that'll happen this next year, and I don't really care. I'm confident enough in myself to go.
Nothing should change.
Yeah, so that's the thing.
Nothing changes.
And so that was kind of just my thing. It was like, we're here, we're making a run. I do not want this to be brought up. So that's kind of just how I went about it. But it was awesome. Like I brought up Tulo earlier. I mean, it was probably one of the coolest. Like the first day we were there, I was like, dude, Troy Tulowitzki's throwing me BP right now.
Hey, he's big.
Oh, Tulo is.
He's a big dude.
No, he's big.
I didn't realize that until I was with the Rockies and I saw him. I was like, what?
Yeah, he's like tall. I mean, he's definitely lost some strength and stuff like that. But he's a big dude. He's funny and he's a competitor. Like he hates.
I've heard that though.
He's probably the biggest competitor.
I've heard that he is,
because we're playing games that pretty much don't matter win or lose, right? Because it's stars versus stripes. It's pretty much just a MLB
scrimmage.
Scout showcase. That's what it is. And he'd come in the locker room and be like, that's just fucking embarrassing. And I'm like, oh my God, this guy's like pissed. I mean, I hate losing too. So like I'm not like a big, after a loss, I hate, the whole laughing on the bus. That's just kind of how I am. That's just wow.
But it's kind of like an all-star team game.
Yeah.
So you're just thinking.
So that's what I'm saying. Like win loss doesn't really matter, but he was taking that shit like it was Game 7 of the World Series. And like ping pong matches, he was screaming. I mean, he was all in. But
we're gonna have to exchange numbers and get that contact.
Oh yeah, I was texting him this morning. But yeah, he's I think he's doing something else for Team USA right now, some high school.
That's cool, man. I love that he's even in the college game.
I love that too.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's giving back his time to.
Yeah, he doesn't know
yeah,
anybody.
Holidays doing it at Oklahoma State,
yeah.
and I think big league guys need to do that.
No, so we were in the dugout and he called Holiday and they were sitting there talking about it, and I was like, dude, this is just nuts. Like never in my life did I think this would be happening right now.
Hey, that's gonna be you soon though. You watch.
Yeah, one day, man.
You keep that
After
mentality,
about 10
bro.
years in the bigs, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I love that you want to be the first outfielder to go. I think that's sick.
I don't care about the high school kids. I mean, they're gonna get drafted high anyway, but
College-wise.
for me, that's my goal.
So we got to keep, let's talk about that for a second. Because you had Kumar Rocker go 10th overall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 11.
Something
It was
like
10 or 11.
10,
yeah.
I think it was 11.
And now he's not signed, right? For whatever reason, because I don't know if I buy some of the arm stuff. I really don't. They're gonna get a decent pick next year, and they pretty much, pardon my French, fuck this kid. Like he can't go sign with another team, which I think is bullshit.
Yeah,
I think
he should be a free agent.
But that's on with the Players Association. That's Major League Baseball. That's all of them. That's the deal they made.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not going back to Vandy. He's with Boris, right?
Yeah,
you guys have the same agent.
So
he's Boris.
I don't think he's going back to Vandy. And if he goes to play overseas, you're committed to a certain amount of time there.
So I just talked with Stilly the other day. Actually, it was yesterday. And we talked about it just because he wanted to. I reached out to Kumar. I don't think he's gotten back to me yet, but it's definitely tough. That's I mean, you're talking what, probably $6 million, somewhere around there.
No, I think they were gonna give him like 9 or 10.
The Mets.
The Mets.
I thought they gave him a shit.
I thought they were gonna offer him like
way over slot.
Yeah.
So
for getting him that late.
So it was the whole MRI deal. So Boris guys typically don't do the MRI. That's just because, I mean, in my opinion, I don't think any pitcher should really do it, because if you think about it, you're a pitcher coming out of the draft after a 60 game season, whatever it is, 50 whatever game season. Your arm is not going to look perfect in an MRI. Like, there's going to be something in there that's probably not great.
Right, you've stressed it out.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's only going to take away from your value. It's not like they're going to look at it and be like, yeah, this is the best arm we've ever seen on MRI. Like, okay, they're not going to give you more money for that. They're going to give you what they offered. But if there's something that shows up, then they're just going to be like, okay, well, this is an issue. So he didn't do the MRI, and I guess the team doctor examined him and said, no, like, there's something wrong with him. So there was this whole thing. So it's kind of a shit show for him. But I can't really dive
for sure.
Yeah, I can't really dive into details. But I don't know. I would assume maybe Indie League or something.
Well, that's what. Yeah, I think
I think he can go back to Vandy.
Yes, he can. I
can.
So, but the point is in football, if I declared for the draft and I don't get drafted, I can sign with anybody as an undrafted free agent.
Yeah.
And I think in baseball, if the Mets drafted this guy and for some reason they felt like they weren't sure to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
If another team wants to take him, and maybe even at slot value,
yeah,
why not? Why we need to make that change? I think that's crap.
Yeah, he'll figure. I mean,
he'll be fine.
He's gonna
like. Do you guys?
Sucks. I know what you're saying.
That's a personal question too, but I know with football players, I think was it Lattimore, the one at South Carolina that jacked his knee up
from the 49ers?
He had a pretty big insurance policy on himself. Mm-hmm. I mean, do you?
I have no idea.
No. Do you have one? I
know
some guys that are first round picks do that.
Yeah.
They go get an insurance policy on themselves, and
that probably will be talked about here in the future. But
there you go. See, I'm sure your agent's already on top of that stuff.
Or
your rep.
Yeah.
Right.
Advisor.
Your advisor and the NIL thing is coming out, and I think that
Chad has some really great. We're gonna pitch you here.
Here we go.
So. Manscaped. I feel like you're a Manscaped guy.
Manscaped. I know you don't watch this, or
I've heard.
This guy is silky smooth. And then Barbasol. Let's go get it, baby.
Something like Gillette.
No, let's go back old
Barbasol.
School.
You want the old school can?
Stash Barbasol.
That's it.
Or like some beard wax or something.
I mean, I can just trademark the mustache and we'll make some money.
Like, what's the mop look? You're still shaved head?
Oh yeah, shaved head.
But I mean, Manscaped and Barbasol. Let's fucking do it.
I'll send him a message.
Yeah.
I'll get it locked in.
Yeah, this is a no-brainer. All American, hits tanks, right? What's your 40 time?
It was 4:47. Woo! So it probably
he doesn't do 40s anymore. He's
60
he's a 60 guy now.
Is anybody running 5.7s on your team?
No.
Did you see that?
No.
What was it? 5.96.
Yeah, it was a 5. That's
which Bradfield didn't even run that.
Hey, I timed it like you did. I got a 6.2.
You got a 6.2
I got
too.
6.2.
Which is what that is it Bradfield?
Yeah.
The Vanderbilt. He ran a 6.2.
I got a 6.2 and then 6.19.
Yeah.
No, so it's definitely phenomenal. He's definitely fast as hell.
Yeah. I'm not taking away that.
There's no way it is a 5.9.
He's not the world record holder from 1978.
That's what I'm saying. That's like running a 3.940. That's just impossible. That just doesn't. Who in the NFL have you seen run? And you're telling me he's faster than somebody in the NFL?
That the world record was like a 0.3 faster or slower than that.
Yeah.
Nah,
it was crazy.
I don't believe it. There's no
still smoke though. He's still
that's unbelievable. He's way faster than me for
flying.
Sure. Yeah, he's definitely faster.
Are you watching any Olympics?
It's been on the TV a little bit. I've been really in on the track. I've been really in on track.
So we kind of do some rundown stuff, some fun kind of out there questions. If you can't play baseball, what Olympic sport are you competing in?
For summer, we're doing
for Summer Olympics. Not baseball.
I'd say track. Honestly.
Like a specific event.
So I used to run track, and I love track because I felt like I was pretty fast back then. I'm still okay, but I'd definitely say track. After watching track, and I saw some of the people that run track, I was like, oh yeah, I want to run track.
Do you think? And you did track. I think you'd be a good decathlete.
You think so? No, I'm gonna say no.
No?
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no there.
What specific track?
Are you
I'd
long
say-
distance
You
or
a
quick?
100-meter guy?
No, I'm a short. Do not give me anything further than a 200. I'll pass out. So I'd probably say 100. Probably be, or I mean, maybe actually my best event that I used to run was a 200, and I mean that 200 is brutal. And I watched what's his name, Nile, I think, it's like the really good runner from USA. I was watching him and I was like, dude, this guy is flying. Like, I mean, he was.
You think you could take Prandini?
Oh yeah, I'll beat him. I'll beat her. Sorry, I'll beat her. No, she's unreal.
Yeah,
dude, she is. It was. Dude, I love watching her. Like she.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Can move. Yeah, it is awesome.
Esky sent me a picture and he was like, well, I guess there's two people coming out of Clovis. He was like, you got some competition. I was like, here we go again.
And then you got the boxer from Tulare. He made
going to
the
the
gold medal match.
That's sweet.
Yeah, dude, it's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
What kind of sport do we need? Does UFC need to creep in? Or I mean, they got the Taekwondo or
that would be
for the
sweet.
Olympics.
yeah, some like Muay Thai
well, the
That'd be
boxing
sweet.
they have to come back.
Are you into that stuff?
I mean, here and there. I just watch it when it comes on, but I'm not like
Not
some of
die-
my friends are
Way
dying.
into it?
Yeah.
See, but with the boxing, they go by point system. So they're coming back. He's coming back in like 3 days, 4 days to box again. A UFC guy can't come, can't come back.
That's true. That's true.
That
That's
would
a
be
good
tough
point.
to do.
Yeah.
With, you know,
Or like an oddball, like arm wrestling tournament, or I mean, you've got people on horses doing stuff.
dancing.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm sorry, but last night on there was the synchronized swimming, and they've got the camera under.
It's actually really
yeah.
fun to watch.
bro.
The
There's
underwater
no way in hell I would be. You'd have to come get me. I would be
that's
drowning.
That's unreal. It's unreal.
If you guys want to see Jake and I in a synchronized swimming event, comment, subscribe.
What
you
should
go,
his
subscribe.
numbers be before I get the tattoo? 20
Well,
for
okay, so he has to be over 300
Easy.
for sure. 20 homers, 20 stolen bases.
I want more than that.
So, well, yeah, 20 plus. You have to
20
be
plus.
at least at
I'm
20
good with
20. I think ribbies, you got to be close to 80.
Oh, that'd be sick.
I think ribbies, you got to be close. I mean, if you have 20, you could be. That's easy.
Oh yeah. Well, I
think
mean,
that's doable.
and you think, I mean, you take out the
And
pitfall in the middle
I
of the
think
season.
how many
so
triples did you have this year?
I think 1.
5.
I'm in.
So let's say he hit 311. Hey, let's do 315.
You could leave at 311.
No, because he's
want-
gonna hit
I
over
like that's a
311.
good band.
He's
I
gonna
like.
do better.
I'm into
I want-
311.
I want 330 at the least.
Okay, 330.
You guys set the parameters here.
330, 20 plus, 5 triples, 80 plus ribbies, and an on base percentage over 400.
I mean, if he does that, how do you not agree to that?
I don't know. How do you not agree to that?
Are you going to pay for it? Because you're going to be a first rounder if you do.
Yeah, I'll pay for it. If it happens, I'll pay for it. If it happens, I'll pay for it. I'll get a- I'll get national.
Whoever you use, that's who I would go to.
Okay, that's
How
perfect.
bad did that hurt on that side?
This was kind of.
You need to darken up.
Because I'm
yeah, I need to dark this.
I'm kind of thinking honestly. My wife and I were talking
How
about
old
it,
is that?
wanting to
That's
do
still
one there.
pretty good.
Yeah, no, mine are beat up. I've
For
done this
our
a
kids,
lot.
I was actually thinking about that spot, but I don't know how
Oh,
painful
in
that
here,
is.
in here, like one close to the armpit. Yeah, it's not the
Back of the tricep too is kind of.
Yeah, anything like thin, like this stuff, my shin hurt. Shin sucked. I have my ribs.
Is it like an addicting thing? Because
yeah.
I've heard like it gets super addicting.
I mean, my artist, if he didn't have COVID, I mean, he's recovering from COVID right now. If he didn't have it, I would have already got one the first day I was here.
what's the next one you're working? Or is that a
It's gonna be a mural of his mom.
dude? You got to
saying,
get the
"I
USA
fucking-"
logo somewhere. Bro.
Oh yeah,
I'm telling you,
with a
that's-
Stanford logo too.
Yeah,
I already
bro.
have the Stanford logo
Oh, you do? Where?
on my shin.
On your shin?
Are you guys getting rings for going to Omaha?
No,
Really?
I don't think so.
A lot of teams do that.
Well, no.
think
Did
so.
you get Pac-12 rings?
we didn't win Pac-12.
They didn't win the Pac-12
because we got our.
No, you
series
should get an
canceled.
Omaha ring.
Yeah, most I know.
We got a regional ring.
I know every time Vanderbilt went, even if they didn't win, they did that. I think Mississippi State too.
I don't think we're getting one.
Hey, but that you know what that
Esky,
says?
Keep it
That
that
says
way.
we
Keep
didn't
it that
earn
way.
that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
Keep
for
it
sure.
that
I
way.
get it. I bet it's a pretty good accomplishment, man. It's not easy
No,
to
for
do.
sure, for sure.
I mean, out of all the teams and to be with the final 8, it's pretty impressive. It's not easy to do.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely rewarding in itself.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think is harder? I think getting there or winning a conference
I
championship
think getting to the College World Series is harder.
than winning a Pac-12 title.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I mean, you play each other enough to like figure each other out. Where this
Yeah.
is, you've only watched.
I think
you've only got film.
getting there is even harder than winning it.
I think the regional is probably one of the toughest.
The first one.
Yeah, I think I mean
the
the
four
super.
teams?
The Super's fine because you're playing the same
Yeah.
team. You know what I'm saying? So you can figure them out and stuff like that. But you get a regional, you have some team like you have no idea.
Well, you're getting their due.
Yeah, and everybody's
might
got a
be a
dude.
fourth
Look
seed
at
getting their due.
Tennessee and Wright State.
Yeah.
That guy was dealing.
No, exactly. And that's the thing is like you're gonna run into guys like that, and you're gonna expect these guys to suck, and then they're gonna show up, and you're gonna be like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, you're gonna.
So the regional.
And if you get in a loser bracket in a regional,
oh yeah,
that's
Good luck.
That's tough.
good luck.
You guys do walk-up songs?
Oh yeah.
We asked the high school guys this, but not a lot of teams do it. Who's got the worst walk-up song last year in your team? Worst, like one that just does not get you juiced. You can be honest. Throw them under the bus.
Probably Bruiser. Yeah, definitely Bruiser. I
Is
think
that
he had,
the first baseman?
Yeah.
I think he had two of them that I was just like, dude, what?
Like that gets you jacked up?
Yeah, because I'm like a big 50 Cent guy. Like,
Ooh.
Okay, throw going back.
I'm a big 50
Are you a
Cent.
Magic Stick?
No, so I went Mini Men my freshman year.
Okay.
Little bold
You
statement.
like Mini Men?
Oh yeah. Mini.
I was just.
Oh,
that's what-
oh, come
I'm
on.
just kidding.
Come
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, but
Come on.
It was there. It was there. I had to.
I left it open.
He left it open. I had to. But the song is great.
Hey, Chad's gonna throw his shots out.
Yeah.
I do. I gotta get him.
So last year, who was it? Was it
Yeah.
50 Cent again?
No, so last year was can't remember what my other one was, but I know I did Mini Men, and then this year I did Best Friend by 50 Cent, and then I did Still Not a Player by who sings that? Who sings that song?
I don't know, but I'm feeling it.
I don't want to be a player no more. That one.
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not
yeah.
a player. I just crush a lot.
Yeah.
So like I'd hit bombs and they'd be like, he is a player and he does crush a lot. I'm like, dude, you guys are making me cringe right now. I was like, don't do that. So
So who is it gonna be this year? Do you got
I
it
don't
ready?
know. I've actually been looking. I keep a note tab on
Should
my
we
phone.
ask our audience to comment what they think?
Comment
and we'll
what you
send them
think
to you?
I should do.
And then you got to tag him in it though. Tag him. Are you on Twitter?
yeah, I'm on Twitter.
The tag is Twitter.
He's got the
Twitter.
blue check mark.
I just followed him on Instagram, so
There you go.
I'm digging it.
Hey, I did message your sister because I was trying to get a story, like a fun
There we
kid
go.
story, but she didn't get back to us.
Yeah.
Oh, I
She's
can,
probably busy
There
with
is probably a good one in there because there's a picture in our living room of her, both of us with boxing glove, and it's me just getting absolutely hammered across my face. So that's a good story for you right there. It's fun. I'll send you it when I get home. It's funny. It's literally just me like this as like a 5-year-old.
She's just
like,
knocking you out.
yeah.
And then do you have who's your favorite like sports teams? Who you rock? Who you
So
ride
I
with?
always followed my dad's footsteps, and he tends to follow the guys that win a lot. So he was a Yankee and a Steeler, which both teams who have the most. So that's kind of who I've been with. But I mean, for me, it's like I love California teams just in general. I wouldn't say like, oh yeah, screw the Dodgers, screw the Giants. I'm like, dude, I just want California to win.
So you don't really have.
So you don't have a-
No, I don't. Yeah, I just appreciate good ball, whatever sport it is. I don't know.
So first round, pick 6, Yankees.
I'd be in.
I don't know what pick they have in the first round. It probably is going to be later than that, so it might not be
Yeah.
the Yankees.
I saw something that I think they're at 16.
Yankees trade up.
So he's already looking. I like it.
Oh no, because that was the pick. Me at 16 for the Yankees.
He's ready to go, dude. This guy can go play 9 right now.
Oh, yeah,
and
I'm-
probably still 3 bags.
Yeah,
Well, he
4
better
bags.
still 3 bags.
we got to get those.
I
numbers
guarantee
up.
I'm going to
end
be
up with a damn.
I'm going to be on your ass this year.
Good.
But, hey,
Keep me honest.
3 for 4 with no bags. Come on, bro.
Really?
Honestly, just because I like the tattoo. I don't know. Even if he's the first outfielder picked,
That'd be sick.
I might even. Maybe not so big, not so big in size, but yeah, I don't
love
know.
that thing, man.
I don't know. It just
Reppin'.
not having a team. I'm with you. I follow the Braves if I had to pick a team,
Braves are good.
but like seeing the Dodgers just going at the Astros. Are you into the Astros cheating shit,
it's just all ridiculous. I mean, I don't. Yeah, it's nuts.
banging trash
Everybody's
cans?
doing it.
They were throwing all the baseballs back on the field yesterday, and I guess there was just multiple fights in the stands from Dodger fans going
Love
at
that.
Astro fans.
Love that.
And I guess the Astros, while they won the game, they lost all the fights in the stands. So, and then
Sounds about right.
there was one lone Dodger fan out in front of the stadium with the sign talking about how they cheated.
Yeah. Enjoy that asterisk World Series.
Who, the Dodgers?
Yeah. That's
60
game
game?
World Series.
We're not going to count it.
Yeah, we're there. The people don't like to hear that shit, though.
No, they don't.
They don't want to hear it. But
truth.
Dude, I'm so glad you got to make some time, or you made some time.
Yeah, we
for us
appreciate
today,
it.
Yeah, this is awesome. Man.
I know you're a busy guy and had a long summer, busy summer.
I want to thank you for not big leaguing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, never.
Because I got you when you were on the road. You were in the thick of freaking the playoffs, and I hit you up, and you got back to me. I appreciate that more than you know. Trust me, because we've hit up a lot of people on here that big league the crap out of us. So I appreciate that. We both do.
Yeah.
Always.
And you're fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, man, this is great.
This is
a
awesome.
lot of fun, dude.
Thank you.
Good luck going forward, man. I hope you have a healthy year. Hopefully this COVID stuff does not reek its head back into the picture. The academic thing, man, is what stands out to me. And all you guys, there's no excuse. One of the best universities in the country, dual sport athlete in Division I, nearly topping out a 4.40 GPA. That's super impressive. There's no excuse. Go get it done, especially if you say you want that. That's what it takes.
Got to put it in.
So no, it's awesome, dude. You represent our area well. We're rooting for you, and I hope you hit all those goals, man. I really do.
We're getting you that tattoo.
Let's do it. You're buying, so
That's the deal.
You just got to be there when I get it too.
That's the deal.
I mean, how about this? I'm gonna put a little icing on the cake for him though.
Okay.
If you do all those things and he gets that tattoo, you got to get a hit or die tattoo.
If I don't
If
get
you
it, or
do,
if I do.
no, if you do.
Okay, I'm in.
Yeah, not if you don't. If you do, and he gets that
I
one,
mean, that's just a good quote to go by anyway. Hit or die.
Hit or die, baby. That's why we did it.
I'm in.
All right, that's a deal.
hey, does that because
It's a deal.
because he's getting one.
That's
if
a
you get
deal.
one.
It's a deal. It's a deal. I'm in. I'm
There we
in. I
go.
just said I don't want the whole fucking.
You don't even have to get it there. We could get a tramp stamp on the back.
Yeah, there we go.
Fresno.
Little tramp stamp. There we go. We'll get it in a butterfly too. We'll get a butterfly around it.
Yeah, we'll make it look cute.
Yeah.
We'll do it in neon.
Yeah.
Right.
there
We'll
you
have a
go.
neon right
There you
above.
Your wife would love that.
I'm sure she would. Oh, she's gonna love. If she doesn't watch this, so it's good.
Yeah.
She'll never know I'm gonna come home with wrap on my arm because this guy's gonna do it.
Yeah.
I think I might go in on it.
Might as well.
I might.
Why not?
Fuck it.
By the end of the year, I may just do it anyways.
We'll be in touch.
Yeah, we will.
We'll be
we
in
will.
touch. We'll work it out.
No, man. Thank you again, and good luck going forward, dude. I appreciate you doing this. Brock Jones, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that. Go follow the podcast, Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes. Please subscribe on YouTube, and go follow Mr. Jones here.
Oh yeah.
At where you at on Instagram? What's your tag?
Brock_Jones7, I think.
And Twitter also.
That's probably like
I think it's a little different.
yeah, Brock Jones.
We'll tag it on everything when we post this, though. But we hope you guys enjoyed this, man, and we thank you for sticking with us. Again, thank you. Hit or Dies hit all 50 states in the U.S. That's pretty cool.
20 countries.
20 plus. No, it's 30 plus. Over 30 now,
Over
bro.
30 countries.
30 countries. So we just thank you all for that. And it's another episode of the Hit or Die podcast.
Hit or die.
Boom, baby.